Good morning, family. Welcome to One Morning Devotion. Today is Friday, December 8th. Let's begin by greeting our beloved Heavenly Parent and true parents. Chunjian Champomenimge Kyungbe. Haro. Now for our family pledge, let's welcome Pastor Milhan Stevens.
가정 맹세 1. 천연국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조의 상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 천연국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 중심, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천연국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 홍조권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 천연국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주대 가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천연국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천연국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 천연국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천연국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 천연국 시대를 맞이하여 절대 신앙, 절대 사랑, 절대 복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상 천국과 천상 천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Thank you, Pastor Milhan. Now for our opening prayer, can I please invite Reverend Josh? Reverend Joshua, could you please pray for us today?
Please join me in prayer. Honorable men and my beloved heavenly parents, spirits of divine tremendous of heaven, earth, and kind, good morning. So grateful that we can be on this morning devotion call together this morning. Pray for those that who are still coming on this call that they can, join us and be able to receive you this day, as well as be able to receive you and the message and gain, be able to experience our relationship with you and be able to get it further with those around us as well. I pray for victory and the health and well-being of those who are going through struggles, and I pray that we can just have a wonderful day. So I thank you. Close this prayer in the name of Joshua Teskey, the Teskey family, everyone gathered here in our church.
Got you. Thank you, Reverend Josh. God bless you. All right, family, now it's time for us to have our Hundake reading. We're reading from our Mother of Peace, our True Mother's Memoir. We're up to episode 36. Pastor Milhan.
Kathleen, thank you, Reverend Josh, for your prayer. Let's jump into our Mother of Peace reading.
Welcome to Mother of Peace, and God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. A memoir by Hak Jahan Moon, a production of the Washington Times Global Media Group, narrated by Alison Hiroto. Giving creates prosperity. As a little girl, I never had money and hardly knew what it was. When I got a bit older, in the maelstrom of the division of Korea, we had to flee our hometown empty-handed to preserve our lives. We remained penniless for a long time. Moreover, my maternal grandmother and my mother were devoted to God's will, and our lives had little to do with money. After I married, tithes and offerings came in and went out just as fast for public purposes. I did not have any concern about making a fashion statement. Sometimes, when I saw an expensive purse, I wondered, what might the money in that purse be used for? More important than how much money is in a wallet is the question of how it is spent. The path of one's money shapes one's fate. According to God's word, our responsibility is to have dominion of love over all things and to share our prosperity. As explained in Genesis, God made Adam and Eve and told them to be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth, and have dominion over all things. Our movement's economic activities began humbly in Father Moon's mud-walled hut in Pamildong, Busan, during the last months of the Korean War. Father Moon and one disciple, Wonpil Kim, would create and sell simple portraits for American soldiers. When the church moved to Seoul, members collected stamps and sold them, and they colored in black and white photos and sold them along the roadside. Through these and other small businesses, we supported our missionary activities. Our first step on the path to a real business venture was in 1960 when we set up Tongil Industries. Korea now exports all kinds of merchandise throughout the world, but in the 1960s, no one would ever have imagined that Korea's machine industry would develop as robustly as it has. We began Tongil Industries with a Japanese lathe that was destined for the trash bin. Our prayer was that God would bless our new company and that it would one day become the world's foremost manufacturer of machine parts. By developing our expertise, Tongil Industries grew from manufacturing the Yewa air rifle to making parts for equipment used in our country's defense. As a leading machinery enterprise in Korea, we not only acquired technologies to help Korea, we went on to share our technology with people around the world. Next, we established the Ilwa Company Limited, which pioneered the export of high-quality ginseng products. Ginseng was unknown in the West at the time, but now it is a household item. Ilwa is recognized both for its excellent products and as a leader in ginseng science. Inspired by our vision, our members have started many businesses. While this supports the economic development of our country and the world, our purpose goes beyond that. Our goal is for all people in the world to enjoy mutual prosperity. We believe in sharing the tools of technology among all peoples. With true family values and technology in harmony with the natural world, we all can live and work together in a pleasant social environment. Our philosophy of living for the sake of others is the driving force behind all of this. It is a fundamental truth that we should take care of those who are less fortunate than ourselves. A wealthy person who is grateful to others and helps others will create a wealthy community, nation, and world. The creation is a gift God has given each of us. Every human being should be able to enjoy this gift fully. It is contrary to God's will for one individual to gain possession of everything, or for one country not to share its scientific developments, technologies, and resources in times of need, or use such things to dominate other nations. Yes, some person or group in some country develops each new technology. The next step is to enable others to benefit so that all can enjoy health, well-being, and comfort. This is the way of mutual prosperity. We should not take pride in having crisp bills inside fancy purses. Instead, we should focus on how our assets can benefit others. True pride comes when we spend our money for purposes larger than ourselves. Science is a stepping stone. Once in a while, you hear religious people devalue science as having nothing to do with God, and secular people devalue religion as having no practical use. Both sides separate God and science. Both are in error. God wants us to develop science and technology as tools with which we can exercise the dominion of love over all things. And that is God's great blessing. We must love nature with the same heart as God and cultivate it for the benefit of humanity. This is God-centered science and technology. In 1972, my husband and I convened the first International Conference on the Unity of the Sciences, ICUS. As with any new project, we endured many obstacles and birth pangs to bring it into the world. And then, after ICUS was launched, many scholars accused us of using scientists to legitimate ourselves. In many cases, the development of ICUS went like this. A scholar would be approached with a personal invitation saying, "Professor, I sincerely invite you to attend this upcoming science conference." He or she would send a response that said, "I have heard that the founders of this forum are Reverend Dr. Sun Myung Moon and his wife, and I am opposed to them." Several years later, this same scholar would accept our invitation and present his or her work at the conference. This was because he or she had realized the true motivation of ICUS. As the years passed, we received enthusiastic responses from distinguished scholars worldwide who were wary at first, then participated and became loyal supporters. This was because, through ICUS, they discovered a larger purpose for their work. We always considered ICUS themes with care. The first ICUS, which convened in New York City, was on the topic, "The Moral Orientation of the Sciences." My husband and I, as the founders, wanted to raise the question of what science could do for the sake of humanity. The purpose and goal of science are to realize humanity's dreams. My husband said in his opening address, "Scientific civilization, by its very nature, must be shared by humankind as a whole." We convened the second ICUS in Tokyo in 1973 under the theme Contemporary Science and Ethical Values. Thanks to the participation of 5 Nobel Prize laureates, the conference attracted much attention. While the first conference assembled just 20 scientists from 7 nations, the second ICUS drew 60 participants from 18 nations. In just 1 year, it had become a global forum. By 1981, when we held the 10th ICUS in Seoul, with 808 scholars attending from approximately 100 nations, ICUS had become the leading global forum of its kind. During that event, we proposed the free and generous exchange of technology among nations, something that had never been imagined in history. Our view is that because science and technology are revealed and given by God, they are the commonwealth of all humanity. We emphasized that no country should monopolize these common assets. My husband and I sponsored the ICUS forums to promote the free exchange of science and technology. Our intention especially was to see science and technology shared with the developing countries in Africa, Latin America, and Asia. Put another way, we wanted developed countries to globalize the cutting-edge standards of science and technology by sharing their tools and methods with developing nations. To set an example, when we saw food shortages in some parts of Africa, we donated machinery for a German missionary to build a sausage factory in Zambia. We arranged for education in advanced methods of crop cultivation and livestock breeding. In South America, we raised cattle. Also, we planted trees and took other measures to keep nature green and pristine. In Kona, on Hawaii's Big Island, we started a coffee plantation. Harvesting coffee beans is strenuous work, and cultivating the plants requires great skill. Initially, we suffered serious losses because we did not spray pesticides, which damage human health. In time, we found a way to repel insects without using harmful chemicals, and now we're producing premium coffee that is pesticide-free. We purchased automobile assembly lines in Germany and established automobile factories in China and North Korea. When we saw farmers doing the back-breaking work of sowing rice by hand, we acquired an agricultural machinery factory and supplied them with the equipment they lacked. Looking upward into the sky, we established Korea Times Aviation to support state-of-the-art aviation technology and space engineering. These efforts and more naturally go through ups and downs, but our vision is unchanging. We learn as we go, and our investment will continue. For years, the ICUS forums led to countless scientific collaborations and new friendships. In 2000, we entered a new phase of the Providence and put ICUS on hold. I renewed the annual International Conference of the Unity of the Sciences in 2017. The 24th ICUS, held in 2018, gathered hundreds of participants devoted to pioneering new paradigms for scientific research. In my opening remarks to that conference, I cast the vision to solve the many problems facing our world, whether they are religious or scientific. First, you must know correctly about God, who is the origin of the universe, and about true parents. Then you will be able to find the solutions. ICUS is gathering scientists, engineers, and inventors to harmonize the technologies and tools in our hands with the ecology of the natural world, as well as our original human nature created by God, for the purpose of realizing authentic human happiness and lasting peace.
Thank you for listening to Godable. Visit.
Thank you, God, your parents, for these words today. I can't tell you how grateful I am that this section exists. It is very reassuring for me that we have a future economy. Knowing that, no, please close the window. Thank you. I'm sorry. It is cold. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. He's fine. So the truth is, our economy is not doing well because we have become gluttonous and mismanagement based on human ideas as opposed to an seeing from God's point of view. When we see from God's point of view, we're sensitive to each other's needs, and all the resources go to where they need to. But we cut off God, and it's just a headless machine that's eventually going to run itself out. So I'm so glad true parents, one couple, can at least show us the example of how to do business properly, living for the sake of others and supporting a world that will eventually find peace and prosperity. More important than how much money is in a wallet is the question of how it is spent. The path of one's money shapes one's fate. Our responsibility is to have dominion of love over all things and to share our prosperity. So true parents are often accused of having a lot of money. In fact, true mother, she really has no other accusation. She's just a very nice ajumma, but people want to try to attack her in some way, so they just say, "Oh, she's filthy rich." It's like, that's not an accusation. Having money is not the problem. The question is how you spend it. Because if you have a lot of money, there's usually a reason why people support you. The question is, how do you spend it? You know, and of course we do. Mother likes fancy things. And so you go to Chongpyeong and there's like this new, Reverend Dunkley described this this yacht that just, it's like a building that just moves with battery technology on the Chongpyeong Lake. But it's like, but who is this for? It's for the members. It's for God's children. You know, then they open up this huge palace, the Chunwon-gun $1 billion project. But who's it for? It's for us. It's for her children. You know, and she wants you to know you are a divine son and daughter. You deserve the absolute best. Yes, sometimes, you know, Chungpyeong is so packed with people that we feel like we're homeless, right? We're like sleeping on the floors, sleeping on the chairs. But this place is heaven. It's so beautiful that you don't care about that. That's you know, there's people who just go to Chungpyeong and with no, I don't know, no understanding of what their future is. They just go there, pay $14 a day. And I think even if you can't do that, you can just, you know, be a staff or wash dishes or something. And it's true parents, they're not trying to hoard a bunch of money. And anyone accusing true parents is basically just trying to keep the attention off themselves, because they're the ones who are hoarding it and know that, feeling guilty and trying to accuse other people of what they're already doing. So it's about how you spend it. Okay. And when we look for the sake of others and it flows outside of ourselves, that's when then money is really put to the right purpose. I always say money is like blood. If you hoard it, it clots and you have a heart attack. Money is meant to flow, and it needs to flow to the right places, not to like the porn industry. That's like cancer. When money's flowing in there, it takes up all this useless space and it destroys society. But it flows into the families, flows into the hospitals, universities. Then you have a functioning nation, functioning world. Our goal is for all people in the world to enjoy mutual prosperity. We believe in sharing the tools of technology among all peoples. With true family values and technology in harmony with the natural world, we all can live and work together in a pleasant social environment. So when we live for the sake of others, money flows to the right places. We're sensitive to people's needs, and everyone's okay. But if we're separated and divided, then money is always mismanaged. It is contrary to God's will for one individual to gain possession of everything, or for one country not to share its scientific developments, technologies, and resources in times of need, or use such things to dominate other nations. So, really what we're talking about is America. The United States, we do have debt to pay. Many nations have sent their best and brightest to this country, only to get stuck here in comforts, and within a generation or two, they've totally forgotten about their home, call themselves Americans, and just watch their countries just shrivel up. And if that wasn't bad enough, America has also been a bullying other countries, forcing them to make business deals that don't work out for them, that America always gets the biggest piece of the pie. And you might say, well, from a dog-eat-dog world, it's totally justified. We get the money, we can leverage that money and bury other people in the ground. But it's coming back to bite us now. Our debts are through the roof, and we don't know how to be more effective and efficient with our energy, so in other words, true parents are showing America how to take a shift in how we spend money. The true pride comes when we spend our money for purposes larger than ourselves. That is that's where happiness comes from. I mean, this is scientific studies that show when you give to others, that produces happiness. It's nothing to do with how much you've accumulated. Yet somehow we're still trapped in this selfish mentality. God wants us to develop science and technology as tools with which we can exercise dominion over love over all things. Right, so it's not just sharing money with other countries, but it's sharing technology, which is hard. The reason why you patented your technology is because you don't want other people to steal it. Although China kind of steals it anyway. But you have the first 2 years, it's like, okay, nobody can use this technology without paying me money. Okay, maybe that's fine. Okay, maybe if you're a new industry, you're a new company, yeah, sure, you need some protections over all the research and development you've invested. But after those 2 years, and let's say you've become successful, now it's like, okay, you've benefited so much, okay, and because of all the consumers and the people who bought your product, I think it's time for you to give back. And by doing so, you become even bigger because you go beyond just this little technology. You become God tier, where now you become, you find the true happiness that you've been seeking, and your contribution to the world just will immortalize your name. So that's really an ideal world, and a world that I want to live in, where people are excited about how can I change the world. And I do believe every one of us, we have a unique gift that will change, that can and should change the world. But we don't believe. But the problem is we don't believe in God. We don't know who we are. We just kind of walk around like just monkeys, just trying to survive. But when we can see ourselves from God's point of view, then it's like, okay, how can my invention change the world for the better? Several years later, this same scholar would accept our invitation, present his or her work at the conference. So, like I've been saying every time, don't give up. There are people who are just not ready to, I say, be red-pilled, right? To hear the truth, to know that true parents are bringing in a new era. So some people aren't ready, and just leave them alone. It's okay. Because eventually everyone's going to have to come back. Why? Because God's not going to change. The truth is not going to change. So as long as we don't give up, everyone's going to turn around and say, okay, yeah, I know. But maybe begrudgingly, but just treat them like little kids, little Cains out there, prodigal sons and daughters out there coming back. And that's just our true parents' heart. Scientific civilization, by its very nature, must be shared by humankind as a whole. I'm excited about a day when the whole world can harvest the genius of every child, every person. And then the Earth can be like our space station. And then we travel the universe. But then we come back home, to because there's no place like home. There's no place like Earth. But any one person would be treated like a genius, and then they would come up with something completely different. That sounds exciting. And when I look at my kids, I look for that. See, okay, these are God's children, so something crazy is going to pop out of them. And I want to make sure that I'm on good terms with them so that they can, allow me to be a part of their vision. Like Ayumi, she's on Minecraft, and she's always making these amazing different buildings and interior design. And I'm thinking, well, someday she's going to be an interior designer, at least, among many things, probably. And I would appreciate if she could help us out with some of that. Emika, I'm sure she's like, well, she picked the money, right? So I'm sure she's going to have a lot of money, and I hope that she could help us out. That Hiroki, he's like pretty determined to be a scientist. So as he's making new patents and making money, maybe he can help us out. Anyway, it sounds like a Ponzi scheme. But maybe it is. Maybe it is. First, you must know correctly about God, who is the origin of the universe, and about your parents. Then you'll be able to find the solutions. So like I said, everything starts with God's point of view first. And after that, it's all kind of intuitive. It's all, as long as we're sensitive to each other's needs, then things kind of work out. Because you can't, I think the archangelic thinking is, we can create perfect systems where we just fall in line. We're just like clockwork. We're all just working together. Like, that's kind of communistic sort of. We don't need God. We don't need some leader. We all just move around like machines and angels. That will never ever work. We're desperate for freedom. We're desperate for just unimaginable things. And my daughter Emika, we got this little playpen in the kitchen, so when Mama's cooking, she can just put her in there and maybe with some toys. And she doesn't last 10 seconds in there. She wants to get out. She wants to crawl around all over the floor. And, when she hears the cat meowing, she wants to go there. And it's like, we need to see from God's point of view. It's the only way we're all going to live together. And like Dr. King said, but we can kill each other as fools or love each other as brothers and sisters. So, thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Milhan. All right, family, let's take a few minutes to share our reflections, and we'll be back in 5 minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Hope we all had a good sharing. Jean, you want to talk to us today about your Christmas music?
Yes, brothers and sisters. I was just sharing that I sent away for a radio, and I got a Coca-Cola radio over the years. You know, these old-time Coca-Cola radio. And I play the radio station 106.7 FM. They play Christmas carols whole day, whole night until Christmas Day. And they sort of cheer you up. People call in with their problems, requests, and so forth. And they play all these carols whole day, all night, and they talk also. And they sort of cheer you up, and you get in the mood of Christmas, because Christmas time is very, very important. In my neighborhood has a 99-cent store, and it's run by our Chinese brothers and sisters. And I went in there a day, and they were just playing all kinds of music. And the store was sort of empty. I was the only person in the store. And I said, you should be playing carols now, you know, to draw the people in, to draw the spirit in, to bring the people in. And you know what my Chinese sister told me? Every year, they play carols whole time. Every year, the same thing, every year. And she sounded so depressed about it being on every year. And I turned to her and said, this is a Christian country. And the people, when they come in the grocery store, when they come in your 99-cent store to buy, they want to hear music. And the music for this particular season is Christmas carols. So you must play it. And she turned and said, I don't know, YouTube or one of them. I said, yes, maybe you can get a carol from YouTube and you can play it, and the spirit will draw the people in, and they will come in to buy, because this is a 99 cents plus store, you know. And I told her and her brother and her sister that you have to draw the crowd, because the people come in to buy lottery tickets and all tickets, and they want to hear the carols because this is the season. And she, you know, didn't answer me at first, and then afterwards she said, okay. And I realized it, that if you have a store, if you have a business, and now it's Christmas time, being in a Christian country, all the stores now playing carols, everybody playing carols. The business need carols to help draw the crowd in, draw the Christmas spirit in, and to sell. And you know, I know that they are not Christians. And I felt so sad. I said, look at me talking to my brother and my two sisters, and they're not Christians. They don't have the same feelings that I have. And I felt so sad, because I realized that not everybody is a Christian. Not everybody wants to hear carols now, you know, at this season. And then once in Harlem, at the grocery store in Harlem, when I was shopping, you know, the store had toys, and I turned to this brother and said, nice toys, nice toys. You could buy your children some toys. These are beautiful toys. And this brother, I didn't know that he was a Muslim. He turned to me and he said, I don't buy my children toys at Christmas time. I don't buy them toys. I said, why? And then he explained to me that he's a Muslim and he doesn't buy them toys at Christmas. And I felt so guilty that I was telling
Jean, I'm
him,
sorry, I'm gonna have to cut you
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
For sharing. Thank you, Jean.
Yes. Okay then.
Bless you.
Take care.
All right,
Thank
family,
you.
do we have any prayer requests today? Please check the prayer request bulletin in the chat. We have a nice list.
Yeah.
Today is Dr. Rouse's surgery, his heart surgery. So let's definitely pray for Dr. Rouse. Any other prayer requests, brothers and sisters? And then tomorrow is Greg Davis's Sunwa, I believe. Yeah. So today, Dr. Rouse, tomorrow, Greg Davis. All right, family. Reverend Sebastian.
Yeah, I might want to pray for Felice's heart. It's her birthday today,
Oh.
on the day of the Immaculate Conception.
Yeah, okay.
That's a Catholic holiday. Mary was conceived that day. Anyway, I call her now Mama Felice. That's her new name, Mama Felice.
Yeah.
So it's her birthday today.
Yeah, please let her know that we're all thinking about her and praying for her.
Okay.
We all say happy birthday.
All right.
Especially the Harlem Family Church, because
Yeah.
her and Jack worked in Harlem. We had such a wonderful experience with them. They're such a wonderful, precious couple. And they gave so much, to Harlem. They really loved Harlem.
Yeah.
And
And on that note, I was going to say it tomorrow, but tonight we're going to have a prayer for Gongshem. And then tomorrow we have a small Sungwa because, the ashes will be available later and Johnny has to leave and all that. So we're going to have a small Sungwa in the morning. I'm going to send out an information later, but you may want to include that also in your prayer that we have a successful Sungwa.
All right. Thank you very much.
Kathleen, the Greg's song was on Saturday.
Yes, that's tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. Okay. All right, thank you. Definitely. Yeah, they said the FFWPU just sent out a notice last night about Greg Davis. It's a nice testimony about his life in the church. Good brother. All right, family. Now it's time for our resonance prayer. Let's begin with 3 Abaji Omanis. Mr. Miller.
Dr. Rouse is having his heart surgery today.
Yeah, we mentioned that. Thank you.
Countryman Residence Prayer, see John.
Abuji.
Omoni.
Abuji. Omoni. Abuji. Omoni.
All right, let's begin. Let's pray. Most beloved.
For you together this morning.
Good morning.
As we are longing for the water.
So much for brothers and sisters.
And we also thank you love us so much. You have called us making us Father, brother there in our bodies.
Pray for 2:11 and pray for 2:5 mother long life for God. Pray that we can love
Father,
We
keep
pray for
the
one, two, and her
family
family.
world upside down.
Thank
We
you
start
for
today.
experience
God, we're
Pray,
praying
Heavenly
today
Parent, and to
that
that we
you
can
have
love each
mercy
other,
upon our
Heavenly Father,
souls,
forgive each other,
that
give
you
each other
keep
peace.
your grace.
Go ahead.
Your
Try to
grace
vote.
is
We pray
sufficient,
that we
dear
can
God.
go forth in the shoes of servants who will
We're grateful this
shed
morning for this
innocent blood
prayer
for
line.
us.
We're grateful this morning to know our true Father. We're thankful to know for the parents that you give them.
Yes, Father God.
Lord
We
God.
pray, Heavenly
Strengthen
Parent,
them
Holy
in
Spirit,
Christ.
that
Strengthen
we
them
can
in
love each
life.
other, help each
Strengthen them
other,
in their
and
get
give
back
each
to
other
the
peace.
faith and heaven, dear God. Dear God, this morning
We pray that we can go forth in the shoes of servants,
we
shedding
about your
tears
mother,
of my
Lord.
shed for earth and blood for
Such a
heavenly
beautiful sister, beautiful
We
lady,
pray, Heavenly Parent, and true parents,
beautiful wife.
that we can bring the victory at this time.
Always give everything she has, dear God,
We can go forth, do your will on earth
in
as
her
it is in
life.
heaven, do
Show
your
this
way
woman
upon
on the earth,
earth.
giving her blood.
Pray that we can love each other, help
Her
each other,
father
serve
gave his entire
each other.
body,
Pray for the
gave
Johnson family.
everything he could for kingdom building, dear God. This morning we have to be
We pray
vigilant
for the Johnson one,
to
Heavenly
know
Parent,
and
and true
understand
parent.
that we must give
Heavenly Parent and true parent, we pray for the Johnson one,
to build the kingdom of
for the
heaven
Johnson
right here on
one,
earth, dear
Harlem.
God. First of all, it starts with my body. My temple. My
Pray for the Johnson one in Harlem.
my family, dear God. Me and
For
family, dear
Father
God.
Helen,
That every generation can enjoy this
Dr.
that is
Attend the
is
meeting, Father.
children and youth.
feminine aspect, woman, dear
Pray
God.
for them, Heavenly
Thank
Parent.
God for Mother Ruth. Thank God.
We pray that we can love each
Necessity of the moment.
other,
God, that
that
you have
and Father, that we
infused upon her your feminine spirit, dear
can
God.
say at your
And you let us know that you
We
are
pray,
a
Heavenly
mother
Parent and
God,
true parent,
which is a
to
father
love
God.
each other, help
Let
each
us know that there is only begotten daughter,
other. We can
only
go forth
begotten son. We're
in the
grateful.
shoes of servants, shedding
We're
tears
grateful
of my
today to
earth
know
and blood for heavenly
the feminine aspect of God is alive and
Pray,
well,
Heavenly Parent,
giving
heavenly
birth
birth.
everywhere.
Thanksgiving and praise,
Thank you.
Father.
Thank
We
you
pray, Heavenly
Thank
Parent,
you, everlasting Father.
for
that
giving birth to this
that we
earth.
can fulfill.
Thank you, Heavenly Mother, for giving birth
Pray
to
for America, Heavenly Parent,
billions
true
of
parent. We
children.
pray for America.
Dear
For this
God,
true parent,
all
true
these
parent.
billions of children around the world gave
For
birth to
America, that America as a
so
nation
much.
can take her
Giving
responsibility
so much.
for
God, thank you so much for lifting up our
true
true
parents
mother.
and true parents, that
Now
America
our
can stand up and take
forgotten
her
daughter, Hallelujah,
responsibility
Lou.
for
Show strength to her. Ease make pain
we pray that they can stand up and
dear God.
take
So
responsibility in the
this
world that
morning
they
we
live in.
everything is
Hallelujah. We pray for
everything is blessed.
Jesus,
As
we
reach down to the past, on the
Conversation,
people
Pastor
coming
Spirit.
in, dear God. The messages and the
we
people
pray, Heavenly Parent and true
here,
parent, and we pray
really trying to understand the nature of you who love God. Different people
that we can go forth in the shoes of servants, shedding tears.
men and women
We pray for
all our church.
in the U.S.
Down the
missionary,
doors, dear God.
for
On the 43rd
missionary
be there to
parents that we
Remember us when we
somewhere they
churches.
need Joel down for
Pray, Heavenly Parent and true parent, for brothers and sisters
somewhere, dear
house,
God.
mission. Pray
restore
for
the
all our brothers and
I
sisters
want this
that
message
Ross
we can
families
fulfill
and
that vision.
reform.
Heavenly Parent and true parent, we pray that we can
Father,
love
I
each
thank
other,
you.
help each other, serve each
uh, gathering
other, and go
admonition,
forth in the
global
shoes
health
of
Come
ministry,
on,
authority.
Lions ministry. Please bless families over this
We pray, Heavenly Parent and true parent,
ministry,
that
True Love
the
ministry.
victory, the victory won.
Stephanie,
Father, for
We pray, Heavenly Parent and true parent, we can bring the victory to the
you
Johnson.
see Johnson right there is
We pray for the Johnson
Ross,
University,
inhabitants that we
home
can bring
ground,
the victory
Sister Bay,
carpet, New York
uh,
University. So much
rise
Yes,
and
keep her heavenly precious master, Lord.
Actually, the health
Keep her
necessary.
in
Good
the
morning,
reach
Yahweh,
out
and God,
Set out to do.
Here we
to
have a
of the providence of her
as a miracle
sister
can
Morning
be
devotion.
Lord.
and soft
Give them the
living
life they
and
need to
making
be
Keep
sure
her and
that
his
successful.
parents
they
and
have
really love each
success
other, help each
in
Man,
Africa,
Guri,
keep her and
wherever
his
you
parents
Milhan,
sister.
and
And
help
I
them to
pray
not
for
to
her
Lord.
Lieutenant
protection. I
Julian
pray
vision causes separation.
거둬주고 일백번 거둬주고 빼꼬리지도 돼에요 넋이라도 잃고 임향한 임향하신 가실 줄이 있으랴 임향하니 연타하신 가실 줄이 있으랴
장지인 참호님께 경배. Paro. Now we have 3 cheers of 억만세.
전국의 9신 하늘 부모님 억만세 전진 장부모님 억만세 Thank you for the Chuncheon residents prayer 억만세
Thank you, everybody. Do we have any announcements? Yumiko-san, how's your wrist? Is it better?
Yeah, I went to hospital yesterday.
Oh, oh my gosh.
Yeah, now it's okay, like this.
Is it broken?
Yeah, yes.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. I'm glad you went to the doctor.
Yeah, Ayako-san, right? Went together.
Oh, yes. Oh, please take care. I'm so sorry. Wow.
It's the happiness. Happiness machine. Happiness machine, father's machine. It's very nice for the bone.
Oh.
Maybe somebody not use the hyphen.
Maybe quick speed up the recovery.
Yeah.
The healing.
Oh, all right, good. I'm so sorry, you poor thing. Are you in pain? I hope you're not in any pain.
You have pain
That's your-
all the time.
No, it's not pain now.
All right, good.
Yeah, because of treatment.
Thank you. Sorry. Any other announcements, brothers and sisters?
Francis took Heavenly USA to the 3 members that are here to UN yesterday. So they had a wonderful time. Met a lot of ministers they met at the UN. So they had a real good time there at the UN. Francis and Heavenly USA is here. 3 members are here.
What was going on at the UN?
It was some festival or something. It was for Christmas, I think. Gucci, the brother that used to do the yoga at 43rd Street.
Yes.
He took them. Yeah.
Nice. Oh, good.
On the tour and everything. Yeah. Okay.
All right, brothers and sisters, happy Friday. Thank you for coming.
Thank
God
you.
bless you. Have a wonderful day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye. Have a good
Thank
day.
you. Thank
Bye.
you.
Have a good day. Have a
God bless
blessed
you.
day.